Oh yeah, it's math time. Today we are doing a somewhat niche video. I wanted to figure out what the approximate drop chance of faded gears are when you're getting them from these relics or these stars. Star of Fate. We can already craft quite a few, you know, we have 105 here and we have 28 here, but that's not all. I've been recording my sort of gear grabbing from the last 2 weeks or something. So we're gonna combine all of them together, count how many faded we get versus how many non-faded we get, because you know when you go here to expected reward, there are no percentages like there are when you're summoning, because you know this is kind of like free stuff you get. But I still think it would be nice to know, not necessarily to move an argument one way or the other whether you should get gear from here or get that guaranteed faded once per month. Ultimately, you only spend twice as much here and then you get a guaranteed anyway. Plus, you know, 80 other chances for faded, especially early on, because then purples are also going to be cool. Personally, I don't really care about purples all that much anymore, but you know, especially for newer players, purples are really cool. But yeah, okay, so enough rambling. We're gonna go ahead and do these. You know, we have 105. I would expect to get at least one faded from here, and then of course we're going to get another guaranteed and then almost a second guaranteed. But let's go ahead and start with this. I mean, we can write it down here. But let's see here. Do we in fact get a faded? Yes, we get at least one. Very nice. Faded helmet. Okay, we're getting a second one. Very nice. Cool. A third one perhaps. Yeah, a third one. Okay. A fourth one maybe. Dude, seriously? All right. I mean, it was a lot of stars thrown in there, but still, I'm surprised at 4. All right, but yeah, 4 was it. We're not gonna care about any of the other gear, obviously, but there it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then of course here, a guaranteed. Let's go ahead and do these 28 as well. We are gonna count them separately at first, though I would assume they have the same chance at dropping fadeds, these and the stars. But we'll count them separately to start, and then we'll like put them together. So yeah, we're doing 28 here. Oh wow, and we even get a faded from this. Ah, okay, this is an exclusive weapon. Very, very nice for April. I don't use April, but exclusive weapons are always cool to get. I'm still just gonna count that as a regular faded though. For the rest, we're just gonna watch the playbacks. So here we have 23, and this gets turned into no faded. And then we had 63 stars. Let's go ahead and check that out as well. We do in fact get a faded here, and another one. And another one, and that is 3 faded from 63 stars. For this one, I was so proud of the pull that I actually took a screenshot. You can see there. I mean, 3 faded for 63 pulls. That's definitely not bad. Then we got 25 relics here. See if that gives us anything. No, nothing from 25 relics. And then we got 58 stars. Yeah, the stars are way easier to get once you're a bit later into the game than relics. And from those 58 pulls, we got... Actually, it looks like nothing. Yeah, we got not a single faded that time from 58 stars, so it's very inconsistent. Here we're only doing 5 relics. Of course, nothing. And here we have 20 star pulls, and nothing there either. Ooh, this is a spicy video. So we're starting with stars this time, 35 star pulls. Let's see what we got. No faded from 35 stars. And we are also doing 25 relic pulls. We are in fact getting... I believe that is another exclusive as far as I remember. Yeah, Morris's exclusive weapon. Here we have 29 star pulls. We are getting something in fact. Just 1 faded, but that's really good for 29 from what I've seen so far. We also had another 5 relic pulls. Obviously nothing there. Here we got 20 more relic pulls. Let's see if we get anything. Nope, nothing there. Did I not use my stars? What the heck? What was I thinking? Science is ruined. Well, I mean, I'll use them at some other point. Probably I use them here, because we had more now. 210. So this is 42 star pulls. Let's check it out. We are in fact getting at least 1 faded and another one, it looks like. Damn, 2 faded from 42 star pulls is really good. Oh, and it looks like this time we didn't use the relics. So, okay. Here we have 11 relic pulls. Let's see what we got. Probably nothing. Nope. And 20 star pulls here. Wow, so we are getting like way more fadeds per star pull, it looks like. I don't know if that's just coincidence, but yeah, we're gonna run the numbers after we're done here. Here we have 14 star pulls, nothing. And actually that was the final video, so I'm going to go run some numbers and I'll get back to you in a second. All right, let's first talk about the overall results. So for the stars, we used a total of 1,930 of them, equaling 386 pulls. And from those 386 pulls, we got 11 faded. That seems fine to me. So we spent 7,100 relics, which is 142 pulls, and 2 faded gears. I suppose that could still fall into the realm of coincidence. I don't have the largest sample size here, obviously. but that is a lot lower. Like, we did a little over 1/3 of the pulls that we did on stars, but we got less than 1/5 of the faded weapons. So yeah, again, it could be coincidence, or it could be the fact you can't get exclusive weapons by using the relics, and you can't get really anything exclusive from the stars, so you know, maybe they just have a naturally higher chance for faded. But we're gonna actually try and find the drop chance percent of faded stuff in general. All right, I've run the numbers. One interesting thing I found out is the faded drop chance for stars, at least, you know, with my results, is almost exactly twice as high as it is for relics. So for relics, again, we did 142 pulls, we got 2 faded, which gives it a drop chance of 1.408%. For the stars, we did 386 pulls and got 11 faded, so that is a 2.849%. Again, almost exactly twice as high. It could very well be coincidence, but let's just assume it's not. And to make the whole discussion a little simpler, let's round it up. Say we got slightly unlucky with all those pulls and say 1.5% chance faded for relics and 3% chance for faded with the stars, even though, to be totally honest, that sounds way too generous, but let's go with it for now. So assuming these 1 guaranteed per month faded equipments was an argument, whether you should spend them here or there, and of course we're gonna assume you're much later into the game, you know, you don't give one damn tiny crap about purple gears. Faded are the only things that matter. You have 5 trillion dust and you don't need to salvage anything. You have 40 billion gold, don't need gold from selling weapons, so purples are literally useless to you. That's the assumption we're making. Is it worth getting the 1 per month? One important thing you should keep in mind, let's start with relics. One important thing you need to keep in mind is you can get exclusive weapons from Door to Creation. You cannot get exclusives here. It's just these 6 weapons, 3 physical, 3 magic. So honestly, right off the bat, I'd have to say no, because you're missing out that chance to get exclusive weapons. But I guess we have to assume you don't care about exclusive weapons either. If you were to spend those 2,000 relics in Door to Creation, what's your chance that you would get a faded gear? So 2,000 relics is 40 pulls in the Door to Creation, so 40 chances to get faded or exclusive weapons. Honestly, calculating something like this is a little bit complicated because I can't just say 1.5% chance 40 times and I get like whatever that is in the 50s or 60s%, because it doesn't really work like that. It's just that if there's a 1% chance for something to happen, it doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna happen after 100 times if it hasn't happened yet, because it can, you know, you have a 1% chance every time, not just the first time, so it's kind of lower than that. So realistic, you have like maybe 35 to 45% chance to get a faded gear with those 2,000, or you can guaranteed get yourself 1 once per month. However, there is another very important factor, and that is once you do 80, in the Door to Creation, you get a guaranteed 1 also. Anyway, yeah, so let's say over the course of 2 months, so it's a little bit simpler. So you have the option to spend 4,000 relics here over the course of 2 months, or spend those 4,000 in 80 rolls. In 80 rolls, you're guaranteed 100% to get it faded via relics, because you just get a pity, and then you're very, very likely to get another one just from RNG. So even if you only care about faded, the takeaway here is this is bad, unless you were just like really, really afraid of RNG. Like, I can definitely understand that. I don't mess with RNG where possible, but this is a pretty bad deal all around, especially because you can get exclusives where you can't get here. I have to reiterate that. When it comes to armor, however, if the percentages are at least somewhat accurate with my test results, this is also not worth it, because we have almost twice as high chance to get faded from Door to Creation. And here it costs 200, which is, you know, the same, half of a pity, except compared to weapons, you're even more likely to get RNG faded gears. So it's even a worse deal, though there aren't any like exclusive, you know, gears here or in Door to Creation, so it doesn't matter as much. But you know, it's still random. If you could at least select like what type of thing you're gonna be getting, whether it's gloves or boots or whatever, I would say there would at least be an argument then. But as it is, it's random, just like Door to Creation, so why? I remember in one of my Exos Heroes videos, I recommended doing the once per month stuff. By the time that video had actually gone live, you know, I changed my mind and pinned a comment, so hopefully, you know. I mean, that is how I got my first 2 faded gears, but of course, after running the numbers and just generally thinking about it, it's much better just to roll RNG here, because, especially because you get that guaranteed every 80. But it's just so much better of a deal than Airship Forge. But yeah, just for fun, we can combine those pulls and see the general faded rates, I guess, even though, again, I just think that the percentages are so much different, unless it's really that much of a coincidence. Who knows, man, I would need a bigger sample size. It must just be rarer to get faded weapons than faded armors. I mean, it would kind of make sense, you know, we only have 1 weapon slot and 5 armor slots. So why would it be just as hard to get armor? So when we combine our relics and stars and the 13 faded we got, we come out to an actual percentage of 2.462% to get a faded in general. But if anyone has a bigger sample size, feel free to hit me up. Maybe it was coincidence, who knows? But I'm going to stop saying that because it doesn't change anything, even if I reiterate 600 times. I'm sorry. But if you did happen to enjoy anyway, make sure to drop a like on this video, very much appreciated. Remember, Real Moglitch can reveal at 70k subs, so smash that subscribe button if you want to, I don't know. Thanks, as always, for watching, and until next time.